Pedro Alvares Cabral was born around 1467 to Fernando Cabral and Isabella de Govine in Belmont, Portugal. As he grew up, Portugal started to become one of the world's great sea powers. There is very little known about his childhood. He married and had 6 children and died at his house around 1519.
In the early 1400s, Prince Henry the Navigator of Portugal began the search for a sea route around Asia. He wanted to find a sea route instead of a route by land to reach Asia.
At age 17, Pedro was sent to the court of King John II. Since da Gama was sent to India and was successful, the new King Manuel I chose Cabral to sail another voyage to India.
He was appointed 13 ships and 1,200 men. One of the 13 ships was counted by another explorer of the time, Diaz. He followed da Gama's path by sailing far west of the African coast. They were blown off course and by accident to the coast of what is now Brazil.
In April 1500, he landed on an island off the coast of modern-day Rio de Janeiro. He sighted the land he named the Island of the True Cross. It was later renamed Holy Cross by King Manuel, which ultimately took its modern name, Brazil.
After about 10 days, the ships left Brazil, sailing east for the coast of Africa. Unfortunately, on the way they faced terrible storms and lost 4 ships, including the one captained by Diaz.
Cabral and the remaining ships sailed for India and reached the city of Calicut in September. The Muslims, who controlled most of the trade there, didn't like the Portuguese taking over their business. When Cabral built a fort, the Muslims attacked it and killed Portuguese soldiers. Cabral and his remaining crew were forced to leave and sailed home in January 1501.
On the way back home, Pedro met up with Vespucci. Cabral described the land he had recently discovered, and Vespucci thought he had seen the same land, what we now call Brazil.
Pedro Alvares Cabral was considered the first European to discover Brazil. At the time of his exploration, Spaniards were discovering the majority of the new lands. Cabral wanted to claim new land for Portugal. He was not expecting to discover this new land, but was pleasantly surprised.
We strongly believe that Pedro Alvares Cabral should be inducted into the Explorers Hall of Fame. Although he lived long ago, he has impacted the lives of many today. If he hadn't discovered the land that is now Brazil, it may have not been discovered for many years to come. His journey was ultimately one of the most important for Portugal as well. Overall, his journey has made a big impact all over the world.